up, y'all? It's your boy, Black Owl, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Black Owl. Today, I'm going to show you how to make some big old Brontosaurus type ribs, some beef ribs. And you're saying to yourself, Black Owl, what are you talking about, Brontosaurus? Well, when I got a hold of these things, man, reminded me of old Fred Flintstone's ass when he went out there to the drive-in and got that thing, tipped his car over, didn't it? Man, it was some crazy stuff. And that's kind of what I got today, because today is my girlfriend's birthday, and her mother, my mother-in-law, said, you know what, we all love the ribs, so she got some ribs, and I'm not just talking any ribs, some big beef ribs, man. And she said, I'll get them, you cook them, and I said, no problem by me, I love to cook, so I'm going to do it today. I'm going to show you how to do this. So, first thing you got to do, we got some big beef ribs, and when I say big, I'm talking big. They're bigger than my head, and when you're bigger than my head, that's some thing to do, because I got a big old bobblehead butt, you know what I'm talking about. So, we got our ribs. I went ahead and cut mine, and these have a good old fat cap on there, kind of like Big Daddy. Lots of fat on there, but I'm not going to trim it down because I want it to cook down and do what I do and show you what I do. So let's do what we do. Now, I went ahead and cut the ribs already so that they can fit in our oven here, because we ain't got a whole lot of room to work with, do we there, buddy boy? So, as far as seasoning goes, you're saying, like, where's that rib rub? I know you have that rib rub. Well, I didn't have any rib rub, and I'm damn sure not going to the store, because you know me, buddy, I ain't got time for that shit. So I'm going to use what I got in the house, and really, I don't want to go too heavy on the seasoning, because the sauce is going to be the boss on these dudes. It's going to tie it all together. I'll show you when we get there. Let's get going. I got to go. So, first thing I did, got me a little salt, just some plain old salt, not too heavy on there, just a little thin. I want to add some garlic powder and some onion powder too, and just rub it down gently. Just rub it down and sing to it, sweet meat, you're gonna be so good tonight. And let's go ahead and get our oven ready to go. You're gonna use your oven. I'm using my roaster today just for visual purposes. Now, we're going to, that sounded pretty slick when I said it. I think I'm Emerald over here or some shit. So let's go ahead and get this going. I went ahead and set mine on 350. You want it kind of low, kind of slow, but we got some big ribs, so we got to go, you know. So go ahead and place your ribs down in there. Let some foil down first, because we don't want to make a mess. You don't want to get it nasty, do you? No, you don't. You don't want to do them dishes. Now, we're going to go ahead and put our ribs down in the bottom. We're going to let them cook. Once we let them cook, I let mine cook, shit, about an hour and a half before I check them. Kind of flip and just check. And all told, these are going to take quite a while. I'd say about 2 hours or so, maybe 2.5. It just depends on how low and slow you want to go there, Doctor. So, once you get them looking good, they're tender, they're not tough, but they're done. You know, it's kind of like a big old steak on a bone, baby. That's why I love it. And for her birthday, she, don't say it. So, let's go ahead and get our sauce and shut my mouth. Today, I'm going to use some Famous Dave's, and this is Texas Pit Style. This came from a gift there again from my mother-in-law. She's been hooking me up lately, and I love it to death. I love her too. So, let's go ahead and take our sauce, and we're just going to slather these some bitches. And we're going to leave that oven just like you were. Go ahead and take them out, put your sauce on there, put them back in. Let them go for another 15 minutes or so. Maybe lower it down just a little bit. We want that caramelized sauce on there. We want that good. So, once you get it looking good, we are going to be ready for a good sight and a good bite of these big old Flintstone beef ribs tonight. And there's why you bouncing, because I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Yeah. Oh. Alright, baby, the time has come. These giant Fred Flintstone-esque barbecue beef ribs are done. And I would be having the first bite for myself, but the birthday girl already had one, and the mother-in-law already had one. And you know, that's the way it ought to be. So I'm going to have this big bite, not the first bite, but I mean, I think there's enough to feed an army, so it doesn't matter, does it now? Like I'm saying, look at this thing. Like a prehistoric rib, my friends. So I'm ready to dive in, you know what I'm saying? Now that's a rib. It's almost like a big roast on a bone, man. It's barbecue sauce. That thing is so tender. We let it cook just right. That's wonderful. And that sauce really does something to it. Really kind of ties the whole thing together. That's some good damn sauce. So, still chewing now. That was a big old bite. A good old bite. So, I want to thank you good old people for stopping by another episode of Cooking with Black Owl. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on social media. You can also watch all my other cooking videos right here on my YouTube channel. Now, you'll excuse me. I'll try to lift this thing up without my forklift if you know what I'm talking about. So, see you next time. Wow, man, wow. Damn.